Hi everyone, today we're going to go into my guest bedroom here and look at a streetlight fixture that I just put up that's really cool that I've wanted to talk about for a while. And yeah, here it is. So this is my 1960s Lime Materials Stylized area lighting fixture. Now, in the catalogs that I have seen, this fixture is actually depicted with a little bit of a different look. It actually uses an all-cast housing and is mercury vapor. I've actually shown a quick video of mine that I have, because I do actually own one of these in mercury, where it's displayed on my streetlight pole outside. This one right here I acquired along with a few others. This one is a little bit different. This one, as you can see, and we'll take a quick view inside, does not have a ballast. It has just a light socket, and it's a medium base socket. And the top housing is a little different. It's stamped. Now, I don't 100% know if this is a stylized bucket luminaire, but judging by what I'm seeing here, it looks pretty much just like it when it comes to the overall, shape and just kind of overall design of it as well. Now, I said I have a few more of these. I have a couple with medium base sockets like this one, and I actually have one with a moggle base socket. So there were some socket size options for this light, which I think is pretty cool. Now, if you can probably tell, it is kind of small on top. So if you want to put a ballast in here, you really couldn't. This particular bucket light is designed just for, straight 120 volt incandescent lamps. But let's go ahead and kind of take a quick look at this thing. Like I said, it's got, the stamped housing on the top, and it's got this really nice, just standard piece of glass for the bucket refractor. It's really nice and really thick. It's got a few chips on here, but not too bad. It's really nice, clean, and clear in mold. And if you look at that, get the focus here. Yep, you can see that nice Lime Materials logo. As we move towards the top of the fixture here, you can see the top housing. Like I said, it's a piece of stamped aluminum. I don't know why they decided to stamp this instead of just doing a cast version. Maybe just to kind of keep the form factor a little smaller for this particular version. But I think it's pretty cool. And something that I like that definitely resembles that stylized look that the cast version had is just this top part here. You can see it has this really nice, just kind of like hexagon shape going all the way around, which I really like. And it's also finished really well. It's smooth and it's really shiny. This particular fixture actually came from a campground, so this was used for a very long time, and I don't know if there were really any trees around or anything to like weather it, but this thing doesn't really seem too weathered, and I'm very impressed with just how good it looks. So it's definitely stood the test of time. If we go to the back here, you can see the slip fitter. Now, I don't know if they make 2-inch versions of this slip fitter, but as you can see here, this slip fitter is pretty much just for 1.25 inch pipe. So there's a little bit of a limitation here, but you do got a screw up here to help clamp it down, and that's pretty much all you got. Now, the base of this piece is actually screwed on the inside. You can see these 3 screws here, and this part is cast. So really, really nice. If we move on up here to the photocell, I'll go ahead and take that out, show you guys the photocell. Now, this one did not come with it, but it did come off another Lime Materials fixture. So I went ahead and assigned this photocell to it. I'd like to try to make it a little nicer or fix it a little bit, because as you can see, there's a lot of paint chipping here. But this right here is a really old Fisher Pierce photocell, and if I get kind of close to it and let the light kind of help us here, you can see it says photo. Does it say feedback? Yeah, photo feedback. And right there, yep, you can see it says Fisher Pierce. Sigma Instruments. Quite interesting that it says that. And you can see where it says north. I don't know, where is that arrow at? Is it just right there? Yeah. The window is kind of offset on this one. But you can see the photo eye in there, pretty nice. And yeah, it is pretty faded. This thing is from the 1960s as well. And what's really nice about these photocells is that they still work. So I think it's pretty cool. And if we look at our date codes here, you kind of get an idea. Right there, yep. Get kind of an idea as the date, as of the dates that these would have been made. So it looks like 62 all the way up to 72. And you would just notch the plastic, kind of marking what the year is, and then you would notch on the side. Obviously, you can see it goes from 1 to 12. Those are your months of the year. So yeah. So I went ahead and for right now just assign this photocell. Something I'd like to try and do is make a completely new resin cast, clear cast of this photocell housing, because a lot of these that I get, because Detroit used a lot of them, the plastics do get pretty broke sometimes, so you get an opening in the housing, which kind of sucks. But if I can make a few of these, I could actually fix some of these. So yeah, pretty nice. Go ahead and set that down by our bulbs that we will look at in just a moment here. But if we come back up, see the photocell socket. It is very, very nice. If it'll focus, there we go. You can see this nice cast aluminum base here, and then the photocell is made of Bakelite, and I think it is screwed on there to that piece of metal, you know, this metal base and ring here. And to adjust it, all you gotta do is loosen these two screws, and like every other photocell that I've reviewed, you just twist it either way to get your north position where you want, which in this case, I actually have it facing the window. And once you get that where you want it to be positioned, you just screw it back down and it's nice and tight. And I think it says on the other side here that where the north is. Yep, right there. You can see that little end down there. So pretty nice and really high quality. We'll go ahead and come down here to the inside. You can see this lamp I have in here, just, you know, for the bedroom. Because I don't really want to put a real incandescent or any other type of lamp in here, but I'll just kind of show you. I just got this little extension here to bring it down to the refractor, and just got a General Electric just halogen lamp. So pretty nice. Set that down. And as we come back up in here, you can see the inside. Here is the glass again. Now, if you're wondering how this is held on, it's pretty standard. You got this little aluminum ring that goes around, and you got this screw here that pretty much helps to keep the ends clamped together. When you loosen that screw and take it off, this whole glass refractor will come off. And of course, you know, at that point you can clean it or replace it, or put on a new refractor as well. And when you're done, you just, you know, wrap it right back around the refractor and align it, and then you just tighten it back. So really nice. And I will say, it looks like the screw is pretty much stainless steel, so I like that. And you got this nice little piece here that acts as a thread for it as well. So really nice, really high quality, as well as this whole ring here. I really, really like it. It's very high quality. Let's go ahead and jump on into the fixture. You can see kind of the inside. It's a little corroded. That is makes sense, obviously, as this is much older. But here is the socket, and I'll try to get the best view that I can. It's a little bit tricky, but you got your two terminal blocks here, and I can't really touch them because there's some power up here. Well, actually, you got three. Excuse me. You got three terminal blocks. Now, this one with the red wire coming off it, that actually goes into the hot side, as you can see, of the socket. That is your load side of the photocell. Over here is the neutral side, and then this little one that's kind of hiding up there. You can see that nice thick black wire. That is pretty much your line in. Of course, if you want to bypass the photocell, you could just land that wire right on that one with the red. And then if we kind of I'll zoom in a little bit if I can. Yep, you can see the photocell ring that kind of helps the photocell spin and not come off. It's a little rusty, I might have to replace that. But yeah, and I like the socket. It's kind of interesting. It looks like it's not really a glazed socket. Kind of just looks like bare porcelain. So yeah, I don't know why they did that. That must have been just kind of a cost-cutting thing. But it is high quality and it's not cracked or anything, so I really like that. So yeah. And if I spin around, like I said, those 3 screws on the outside by the slip fitter here, you can see the plate and how they kind of screw in. And yeah, you can see it's a little corroded, but it's not in bad shape. Those screws will come out and not be a problem if I ever have to clean it. I know there wasn't really a lot to see in this fixture, but to pan out the video time a little bit more, I think we could test a few different bulbs in here. So the first lamp I'll show you guys running in it, and this one will be quick and simple, is this 189 watt Sylvania lamp. Now I had the right on it because the etch kind of scratched off. But it's a really nice, simple incandescent bulb, and it's not too bright for the photocell because the yellow walls in here do reflect a lot of light. This one, as you can see, this is a Westinghouse 36 watt filament LED. I went ahead and bought this just to kind of have on hand if I ever want to just look at it inside something. So I can get out real quick and I'll show you that one. Here we go. This one's got a medium base on it. And you can see some of the writings on it. Pretty nice. So I'll go ahead and test that lamp as well. And just for fun, I have this really nice 250 watt self-ballasted lamp. And I'll get that camera to focus. There we go. Made by CEW. This is a self-ballasted Mercury lamp. Like I said, it's from Romania. This came out of a fixture that I got a long time ago, and it does work for the most part, so I think it'd be perfect for this fixture. And because this lamp and this lamp are going to be very bright on startup, I went ahead and got a shorting cap so that there will be no issues upon starting up. Because what this likes to do is, since that photocell is so sensitive, once the light kicks on, it actually triggers the photocell to go off, but then when the light goes off, it triggers the photocell to kick back on, and then the pattern continues. So this will help kind of bypass that problem. But yeah, let's go ahead and put this incandescent lamp in first, and we will see how it looks with it. Alrighty, so like I said, we will start with the incandescent lamp. Go ahead and screw that into the fixture, and then we can watch it warm up, which will be, of course, very quick in this case. Go ahead and shut the lights off and close the door. Get nice and dark in here. This is my 1960s Lime Materials Stylized Suburbanaire running a 189 watt incandescent lamp in 1, 2, 3. And of course, like I said, there's really no warm up to it. It just comes on. Has a very nice glow to it. Of course, I'll come here and zoom in. Kind of pan around it a little bit here. There's really nothing to it. Incandescent does not really have a warm up. See that logo again? But it does look really nice. I like how it refracts the light. It's very pretty. And that logo being embossed on there so well looks great. Of course, we can go in here and look at the inside. There it is. Really, really pretty. Alright. Alright, of course for this next one, I gotta remove this. So we'll take that off. Put on our shorting cap, and that'll help the photocell not become triggered to turning off. And of course, we will test this nice LED lamp. Go ahead and screw it in there. As you can see, it does hang a little lower probably than it should. That's kind of the issue with these, is that, you know, not all fixtures are adjustable and sometimes the lamp might stick out. But yeah, let's go ahead and see what that looks like. Shut the light off. So this is my 1960s Lime Materials Stylized Suburbanaire running an incandescent filament lamp in 1, 2, 3. Ooh, it's really, really bright. I will say, it is kind of unusual looking, with the bulb hanging a little bit lower. Unfortunately, I don't have a smaller lamp that would look better. That's kind of all I have. But we'll go ahead and take a quick close look at it. You can see it does a pretty nice job still with it, I'd say. I think there's a little bit more lines. There's that logo again. And then here's the lamp. It's very, very, very bright. I think if you come up a little more like this, look a little bit better. Oh yeah, for sure. I think if I had a little bit of a smaller filament lamp, which they do make, that would hang up there a little bit lower, it would probably look a lot better. This is unfortunately all I have though. So yeah. When you see it from a lower angle, I will say the light is kind of more at the bottom really than it should be, because you kind of have a blank spot up there. So using this type of filament lamp may not be the most ideal for this particular fixture. I would definitely recommend getting like a smaller, maybe like 150 watt incandescent equivalent filament lamp to, you know, because it's going to be smaller, have a smaller envelope, and it'll obviously match the wattage of an incandescent. So yeah, let's go ahead and test our last lamp. Okay, and again, this is our 250 watt self-ballasted lamp. Ignore the stuff flopping around in there. I have no idea why that's in there. Go ahead and screw that in there. And this one does kind of hang a little lower. It's not as bad, but I think it works a lot better with this fixture. So yeah, go ahead and turn off the light. And obviously this one is going to be the more fun one since it has the startup. Well, one more time. This is my 1960s Lime Material Stylized Suburbanaire running a 250 watt self-ballasted lamp in 1, 2, 3. And there we go. We give it just a second. It should start to ignite. Probably won't be able to tell, but we will see a color shift. So let's go ahead and watch this one warm up. Alrighty, and usually I would say at this point that it's at full brightness, but considering that it already had an incandescent tungsten in it, let's just say it is completely color shifted. Let's go ahead and get a little bit closer to it and see how it looks. Alright, so we'll go ahead and take a little bit of a walk here. You can see it definitely has a very Mercury incandescent look to it. Go ahead and pan it around. around a little bit. Really cool. Take a look at that logo. Oh yeah, really nice. And you can see the Mercury lamp in here as well. Since the coating is a little bit worn, you can actually see the incandescent filament in there. And vaguely behind it, behind that sine wave that you're seeing on the camera, you can also see the arc tube, which looks pretty blackened at this point. Yeah. And even though that bulb is sticking down maybe a little bit far, I will say it looks kind of normal actually, because a lot of times, you know, these bucket lights are known to have mercury lamps in them. So seeing it like this isn't really like too weird looking, but yeah, I'll say this looks really nice. Let's go ahead and look at it from this side, just because we got more white light around it. Oh yeah. It's pretty bright, as you can see it. I'm trying to get the yellow light to kind of light it up, but it might be a little too dark. But yeah, it's really cool. Again, we can get close up to the logo there. And then just do a quick view of the lamp. So yeah, pretty nice. It definitely is kind of weird having a self-ballasted lamp in this type of bucket light, knowing that there's plenty of NEMA heads out there that have built-in mercury ballasts. It does kind of also make sense too, because a lot of the early bucket lights and gumball fixtures from the 50s were remotely ballasted anyway. So I guess if you never wanted to add a ballast, you could just put something like that in it as well. Maybe I'll look at the top one more time. You can see a nice hexagon shape, giving it that stylized look. Here's the photocell socket. I'll go on the back here. Oh yeah. And the slip fitter. And one more thing here before we wrap up that I'd like to show you guys is this page that I have acquired. I think I got this off of eBay if I remember correctly. It's been a while now since I got this, but this came from pretty much just a catalog, a Line Materials catalog. But I want to show you guys the Stylized Suburbanaire in here. And I think I called it actually Styled Bucket Luminaire, but Stylized Suburbanaire is the name. And of course you can see it has that much different design like I was telling you. One thing it does say for the specifications, it can utilize 405 watt to 620 watt incandescent lamps, which in this case, it would be this particular version, again, that would use that. Let's see, that's just some other stuff there. But yeah, you can see it says Stylized Suburbanaire, fresh modern appearance plus economical quality lighting. Features open refractor that reduces dirt and moisture accumulation. Can mount on a 1.5 inch pipe support. Available in a choice of 9 decorative colors. And something I think a lot of people don't know, but if you go down here, you could actually get Line Materials fixtures with colors, and that actually applies to everything. Someone on my gallery actually has this fixture in that, let's see, I think it's, what's the color? It's called Azure Blue. I've seen pictures of these style shields in red, but yeah, you could get this thing in different colors, which I think is pretty awesome. And assuming that they did it for all their products, I'm guessing you could get it for this thing as well. Now, I'm not sure how I would feel seeing this in a different color. It might look a little tacky, but I guess if I really wanted to see this in one of the color choices, I would probably choose, being, you know, someone that I'm, you know, being a fan of blue, I would probably choose maybe the mist blue. I think it'd be more laid back. And I would definitely like to see it in jade green. I think that would look really cool. You can see that this example is actually in that desert gold. I don't know if I like that for that particular fixture, but yeah,
I thought I'd show you guys just kind of this information here. I thought it was really cool. Cool information. And if anyone actually wants to see an HD scan of this page and the other side as well, go on Lighting Gallery. I'll put it in a link below. I have a link to the picture so that you guys can check it out. And I've posted it on Facebook a few times, so go on the American Street Lighting group, go on Vintage Street Lighting, and just look at my profile and look through my photos. You will probably see this page. But yeah, I just want to show that real quick.
And that is pretty much it. I really enjoyed showing you guys this fixture. I've been wanting to record it for a long time now, just because it's kind of obscure and I don't think anyone really has these. Like I said, I have a few more. I do plan on putting them up for sale one of these days. Once I go through and fix them up and make them look good, I'd like to sell them and hopefully get them out to you guys. They'll probably be sold on eBay or Marketplace, one of the two. I don't really have an exact time when I'm going to do that, but yeah, just keep your eyes peeled. You might see some of these for sale, so go get them and put them in your guys' collections. Anyways, I want to say thank you guys for watching, and if there's anything you guys do know about this fixture that I don't know of, please feel free to comment below. And of course, if you guys see any of these out in the wild that may be in danger of being removed, of course I encourage everyone to go after them and save them. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.